starting to think that guys aren't at the gym to impress girls at all. They're there to A, impress other men, B, fight depression, or C, it's genuinely just part of their autopilot systems at this point.
She's right, you know. The audacity to think that men are in the gym to impress girls? Seriously? Honey. I am not getting all done up to go to the gym for you. There are 3 reasons that men are in the gym. 1 is to get jacked. 2 is to impress and compliment other men that we will never know by name, but instead call bro, big dog, or beast. And the 3rd reason is our mental health. And that is the truth. This color is not me. This does nothing for my skin tone.
Who commits more infidelity, men or women? If we go off self-reports, men admit it more. But hold on, there's a problem. Cheating stats are built on confession, and confession isn't truth. It's what people are willing to say out loud, and women have more incentive to under-report. Why? It's very simple, honestly. More social punishment, more reputation damage, more risk of being labeled and judged permanently. So listen, when a woman thinks that her reputation is at risk, she will do anything to protect it. So they sanitize the story, they rewrite it, they minimize it. Men, weirdly, do the opposite. They exaggerate. They view it as conquest. They admit it because it doesn't destroy their identity the same way as it does to women. So yes, men cheat more is true on paper, and women conceal more is true in real life. So the conclusion: men report more infidelity. Women hide more infidelity, and the real number is always higher than what people like to admit. But hold on, there's more. A lot of modern cheating doesn't even get counted as cheating. It's just texting. It's just venting. Oh, they're just a friend. Sure, but if you're hiding it, if you'd never do it in front of your partner, if you're deleting messages, if you're locking your phone, if you're changing passwords, that is cheating behavior. Stop focusing on statistics that much and start watching behavioral patterns. That is all the data you need, my friends.
One of my matchmaking clients asked if he could take a woman I set him up with to the Pirates of the Caribbean Symphony for their first date. I love Pirates of the Caribbean, and that is a terrible first date. You don't want to be trying to lead conversation over the sound of yo ho ho and a 90-person orchestra. Your first date should be simple, low pressure, and in places that you can get to know each other. Unless you know each other already, stick to drinks, coffee, or a casual dinner.
Fellas, stop lowering your expectations and your standards for these dusty, musty, crusty women that are comfortable with having rosters and situationships just because you find her attractive. A real man is gonna know what he brings to the table, and he's not gonna freaking settle for somebody that's comfortable with having manic episodes and blaming their bipolar on every other ex-boyfriend because he's a narcissist. Stop going for these women that only have their bodies to offer you. Most women give themselves away. All you have to do is vet them correctly, because 9 times out of 10, if you go to her social media and she's talking about her deadbeat baby daddy, or she's twerking on the internet and she's acting trashy as do not lower your standards for that just because she's trying to gain some internet fame, because that's exactly who she is, and she's showing you exactly who she is, and you need to believe it. Stop going for these women that are immature, that have no self-worth, that want you to fix them because she's not your freaking project. Stop letting these women manipulate you because you're likely number 5 on her roster and she doesn't really like you, and you need to have boundaries and standards in place because you know what the f you bring to the table. Stop sleeping with women that don't have any respect for themselves, because 9 times out of 10, if you keep attracting these types of women, it's because you're attracting exactly who you are. Don't let these women into your life that are not going to bring you peace, because all they're going to do is take. They're going to destroy your confidence. They're going to say that your masculinity is too feminine, and they're going to manipulate you into being lesser of a man because they want to control you. You need to believe what these women show you. Stop being naive. Stop being manipulated. Have standards. Have expectations. Know your worth, and don't settle. Okay, bye.
Se cayó.
the man that you deserve versus the guy that you have sex with are two different things, ladies. And I think more women need to get a reality check. They're like, a lot of you guys are not as hot as you think you are. You're not as intelligent as you think you are.
Same goes for me.
You're not as desirable for a relationship as you think you are. And a lot of you got to lower your standards. And I think if women were a little bit more honest with themselves, we'd have more relationships. Because none of you want an average guy, right? 5'8", 40K per year, 50K per year. Maybe not the best looking guy, maybe a little fat. Most of you guys don't want that. That guy is completely invisible to you. But most of you are average. So average women won't even deal with average men. And then they wonder why they keep getting cheated on, because you go after the small percentage of men that have all the girls. Yeah.
There's a lot of foolishness going on out here, man. A lot of foolishness, a lot of delusion. Modern women are something else, bro. Something else. A lot of stupidity going on. A lot of it. Just say a lot of dumb stuff. They expect you to comply with it. Why would I ever? Some of these modern women, their expectations, it's just the level of stupidity is through the roof. Why would a man be involved with that? Why would a man concern himself in foolishness? This is what we really got to start breaking down.
You can't rape your wife.
I mean,
and honestly,
you can.
And actually, no, a lot of states are outlawed. And honestly, if your wife isn't giving you, she's useless. Like, women have one job, bro. Like, you can't have a guy, you're fucking useless. What?
Are you not concerned with why she's not having?
Like, you took an oath. Like, I gotta still pay the bills. I still gotta take care of your dumb. Still gotta fight if someone comes into the house. I find it incredible how women can like totally relinquish their responsibilities, but they expect a man to maintain his.
I'm not saying that they're gonna stop cooking and cleaning and taking care of the children.
But your main agency, dude, like that, like you guys got to understand that like a woman's main commodity is her sexuality. It's actually a big reason why you guys are able to make money is through your sexuality. So that proves my point.
On today's episode of being mistreated at work once again by my boss.
No one watches these videos.
First off, a lot of people watch them, and they're fully invested on whether you're going to give me a raise or not, because
you don't deserve a raise. Your raise goes to your eyebrows and your eyelashes.
That should be a business expense.
You don't have a business to expense.
Yes, I do.
What business do you have?
Minding my own.
You don't even do that. What are you talking about? Minding my own.
Brock, I saw a comment on one of my YouTube episodes that said, ain't no high value, high earning masculine man choosing a woman that's almost 40 to be his wife. He was about me. What do you think about that?
I don't understand why you be going back and forth with these people in the comments, first of all. And second, ain't nobody doing it, but I did it. Right? It's done. It's a done deal. Mm-hmm. You got rings and shit, right? Mm-hmm. Holy matrimony.
Holy matrimony, okay.
And they asking me why I did. Like, how the question go? How is it worded?
They were saying, like, I guess the question is, why would you wife a almost 40-year-old?
I didn't married a woman that I want to spend the rest of my life with. The age ain't have nothing to do with it, you know? And okay, I'm supposed to, get somebody half my age or something like that, raise them.
Right. Yeah. Ooh.
You know?
A lot of men like to raise their women.
No, I don't want to raise nobody.
No.
I'll raise some children. I don't want to raise my partner. I don't want to have to do that. Like, the fact that you come with some substance, you come with experience, you come with emotional intelligence, you come with own thoughts and opinions. Like, I'm interested in all that. Mm-hmm. So, then on top of that, like, it was perfect timing, like, I'm pretty confident that this wouldn't have worked a year from now and it wouldn't have worked a year before, it was perfect time between us. Visions aligned. We talked about it and we made the decision to choose each other. And that's why we're in the situation we're in.
Men that were once divorced very much wanted to believe that it's not all women are like that and they just picked the wrong woman. That was kind of the phrase that you would hear from a lot of, especially Christian divorced guys. They really want to believe it was just, I picked the wrong woman. And they're very willing to do it again. You would think that getting robbed and your kids stolen from you would make men not want to get married anymore. And maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I can just speak to my experience. Those are the guys that want to marry you immediately. So for the ladies dating divorced men, they're dumb enough to do it once. They're dumb enough to do it again. I think after the second divorce, men are rehabilitated and have given up on love. But if anything, I found that divorced men were actually very hopeful. They're very hopeful that love is in the air and that it wasn't it was just a bad wife. And they're very hopeful for you to be better. The other great thing about dating divorced men is that, generally speaking, it's very easy to exceed their expectations.
How many proposals have you guys rejected before? Oh man, let me count. above 40. 30? 30, 40. 30, 40. Whoa! I date a lot and I reject people a lot.
This is proof that Indians are the biggest simps, because how does she have 40 proposals? Every man that proposed to her should be charged with a RICO. This is a federal offense. And you guys wonder why women are so delusional? Look how some of them walking around talking. This is what's talking. This is below mid-pack, low pack. This is buns. And she's speaking like this. So I'm telling you, gentlemen, realize this. This market is different, and women all over the world are seeing this. There's women that look the same quality as her, or even worse, are like, oh, wow, okay. If she's getting 40, I deserve 40. There are women that think they now deserve 40 proposals because they opened up the app and they saw this thing saying that. Do you understand that, gentlemen? That is what you're going up against. And they don't care. They can't tell the difference. The mind is that powerful, doesn't know what's real or fake. These women don't realize that they're poor quality. They don't even have any type of, just humility about the way they speak about themselves in terms of the attention they receive. You would think she'll just be humble, like, I just got 40. That's cool. But she's like disgusted that they proposed to her. It should be the other way around. I'm disgusted she got proposed to. But that's how it is now. So you need to really understand, if you're not coming into this dating market with a stronger psyche than these females, then you will be walked over and they will try to take advantage of you. If you're struggling, my Indian brothers specifically, you guys need me. I will come fly to you in person, help you with your style, your approach, your confidence, so that you're not proposing to this type of thing in your lifetime. Trust Fund Baddies only. DM me app.
You can either be a partner or a spectator with front row seats. What's real is being there for him. Contribution, offering that man up in prayer, pouring into him, being 10 toes down when it's inconvenient, when it's uncertain, when there's nothing to gain yet, making home a haven. And this is where it separates. If you were just a spectator, never a partner, if he leaves and he finds a woman who actually adds on to what he's building or adds on to what he has already built, he becomes the villain in the story. Society is not going to see that he left to find a woman who actually understands partnership, sharpens him, adds value to him. What society is going to see is betrayal. And they will call him every name but a child of God, because they will say he left a woman who built him and was there in the struggle for something new. But that's the lie.
One in the comments says, we're obsessed. We're obsessed. The guy says, not just white women, all other races of women love us. Woman says, I feel like they are non-judgmental and accept me for who I am inside and out. Another white woman says, yes, ma'am. I love me some tall, dark-skinned man. Interesting. Interesting. Be careful out there.
We went to the auntie and aqua clubs, and they're running around. The aunties is running around.
Yes, they're giving it out too.
I feel like those are maybe the ones who time has ran out too, maybe.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're just like trying. They're competing with women our age, you know?
So do you think it's age, like they should settle at a certain age, or do you think that...
I mean, I'm sure some women who time run out and they looks run out, they have to.
Guys, I hate to break it to you, but your little affirmations are not going to do when you're trying to manifest a new relationship or bring money into your life. The only thing that's going to change that is by fixing your belief systems, by working on your relationships with money and your whole fear around intimacy or whatever belief system that you have, so that you can become an energetic match to the things that you prefer to see. Once you are an energetic, vibrational match to the things that you are trying to manifest, that's when you will see them. So speaking until you're blue in the face, saying that money is coming your way, does not mean that money is coming your way. You have to believe it, and you have to have a belief system that matches it, and you have to have a vibration emotional match to those things to see them.
Like one of the things that attractive women will say to unattractive women, be like, don't settle ladies, you're somebody else's dream girl. No, some women are nobody's dream girl. They're somebody's wife, but they're not any man's dream girl because they don't look like Pamela Anderson, they don't look like Megan.
It's a hard thing to sell to women because it's...
But it's the reality. Well, like, I'm majority of men's not their dream girl. Here's the thing, people who have high self-esteem attach to truths. They enjoy truths. Truth means something to them. People with low self-esteem see truths as threats. Women who are very healthy, wife material, good, kind women, they don't seem to be getting married. They're single. They're always the ones that have no options. Whereas the women that are materialistic, really narcissistic, really dominant, they are getting flowers flown out, private jets, everything, and they're getting engagement rings and they're getting weddings. They are actually achieving a lot more. That's what the more healthy woman feels. She feels like men say they want to settle down with a healthy, loving wife material, but they are very easily influenced by sexy, attractive, dominant women.
I believe being a hoe is a learned behavior because there is no woman on the face of the planet who wakes up one day and just say, I want to be a hoe. No, bitch, you had to learn that from somewhere. Somebody in your family, somebody close to you had to be a hoe for you to be a hoe.
So you have a lot of women out here that say they want a real man, is what they're saying, right? But a lot of them wouldn't really recognize a real man if he was sitting across from them at dinner, right? And we understand that. The man might not be 6 feet tall. He might not be making six figures yet. He doesn't drive the car that you have in mind. So a lot of times these women swipe left. They pass a man over. They keep on looking for something better, right? Meanwhile, you got the men that are inconsistent. Or I should say you got the men that are consistent, right? You're dealing with women that love consistent. Some of these ladies love consistent, inconsistent men. But you have a lot of these women that will, like I said, pass over the man that's consistent. He's honest. He's hardworking. And he's actually ready to date. He's actually sees to be serious. He's looking for like the thing that you're looking for, right? There's a lot of men out here. They say there's somebody for everybody. There's a lot of men out here that are ready to date. They're ready to get married. They're ready to have children, right? But it seems like for a lot of these ladies, none of this registers because they're not looking for this type of man. They're looking for a man that is toxic. They're looking for a man that has terrible character, and they're probably not going to frame it that way, but that's the way it is.
I'm seeing people say, why are boys fighting girls? Since when are boys hitting girls? It's because y'all bitch asses are telling y'all sons to hit the girls back.
And y'all bitch asses with daughters won't tell your daughters to keep their hands to themselves. You guys keep expecting women and girls to physically use men and boys, and they do absolutely nothing about it. They're not allowed to defend themselves. Oh, because she's a woman and she's weaker. You can cause more damage to her because she's softer. Like, they already know that, don't they? But yet still they won't keep their hands to themselves. Maybe, just maybe, start teaching your daughters to keep their hands to themselves and they won't get hit, okay? Because I am going to teach my sons to defend themselves. My sons aren't beating sticks. Men aren't beating sticks. So they shouldn't just sit down and allow women to punch them up as if they don't have feelings, as if it doesn't hurt, and they don't retaliate because it's a woman. That's not how it works.
Why did a man ask me what I would cook for him to sweep him off his feet? And I just want to wholeheartedly say, I am never in my life trying to sweep a man off of his feet.
Of course.
I am the woman. I would like to be swept. I don't want to pick your big up. Nigga, you pull out the broom and you get to sweeping.
Relax. These women want men to do everything for them. Going above and beyond, of course. But when it's time for them to reciprocate, they got a problem with that. They don't even want to do something as simple as making a proper meal from scratch to feed the man that is making sure that they ain't got to worry about any bills. Their man can't even get clean clothes to wear to work, but yet still to worry about any bills. Their man can't even get clean clothes to wear to work, but yet still their man have to do all the on their list and more. Otherwise, this relationship won't work.
Baby, let me tell you something. See, a lot of women don't admit this, right? They don't work out with the man. The man ends up with another woman. The man gives that next woman the world. He is the best man to her. But see, what happened was the woman he was with couldn't stay with him through the hard times, through the down times, through the struggling times, through the... And I hate to say all of that because all that sound like, what the f*** you talking about? The point is, sometimes you have to go through to get to the best part of shit. So if you leave too early, you won't be the one to see his growth, see how he's changed for the better. And then some women are not even receptive to the man trying to be a better man. They're so caught up in what he has done in the past instead of focusing on the present so they can get to the future. Now he having a future with somebody else because you ain't have enough patience. And I'm not saying, get your ass beat and stay with a man and all that. I ain't saying that. I ain't talking about that type of shit. I ain't talking about no I'm talking about that petty. You see what I'm saying? But to each his own. But that's why he over there sitting with her on the throne. You heard it here first. Yeah.
When a woman leaves a relationship and it seems pretty sudden to you, it almost never was. Breakups don't start the day that she walked out the door. Remember, women are different. They start weeks, sometimes months earlier. They start when she begins emotionally detaching, when the conversations stop landing, when the respect erodes, when she starts feeling alone while sitting right next to you. And here's an uncomfortable truth, my guys, okay? Don't ignore this. While you're thinking, we just hit a rough patch or we can fix this, she is already processing the exit. Women usually grieve the relationship before it ends. Men usually grieve it after it ends. That's why it feels like it came out of nowhere for you. But in her mind, the transition has already begun happening. And sometimes, yes, there's already another man in the picture, okay? I'm sorry, but that is an option. Not always, but often enough that men need to wake the hell up because women rarely jump from one branch without knowing where the next one is. So if you're a man listening to this, understand something, please. The moment a woman says, we need to talk, you're not starting the conversation. You are arriving late to it. And the lesson here is not to become paranoid. The lesson is to become present. Pay attention to the shifts, the distance, the loss of admiration, the change in energy, the lack of physical touch, because relationships don't collapse overnight, my friends. They simply do not. They collapse quietly long before the goodbye.
Did you know that if your woman won't have sex with you, you can literally just go and sleep with somebody else? That's actually allowed. It's a choice that you can make right here, right now. This imaginary prison cell that you've got yourself into where you think you can't do anything, you don't have any choices, you do. Stop accepting things that you don't agree with. Stop living a life in somebody else's frame. It's pointless. Go and take a risk. Go and do what you want to do. Just be you and stop being slave. It's unnecessary.
This video made me very proud. Just letting me know my work and other men out here who are doing the same work is starting to pay off.
What's your name? I'm Ty. Ty? Yeah. How old are you? I'm 25. And what do you do? I'm just living. Just living? Yeah, I'm just living. Okay.
Every one of these young brothers popped. Every one of them. The one dude hesitated. I'm sitting here like, this nigga's scared. But he popped. And the reason I'm so proud of this video is because that is exactly what you are supposed to do when a woman comes out saying something crazy like that. See, before, if a woman was cute or had a nice body, men let a lot of stuff slide. But they are learning nowadays to hit the eject button, to abort the mission. The girl came out and said she was just living her life. How is she gonna do that? Now, she never said what she did for a living, but she said she's planning on retiring at the age of 25 from where whatever job this is. But this part right here is when every one of those brothers knew they made the right choice.
Yeah, you said you was about to retire as well?
Yeah, I'm retiring. I'm not working anymore. I think everybody should be retiring and living their life.
What kind of is that?
So you have like funds saved up or ready to retire at that age? I don't feel like I save, but I feel like anything could happen. So I feel like I save, but I feel like anything could happen. So why waste my time like continuing to work when life can just happen whenever?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I don't see myself continuing to work. I feel like the money, I'm just gonna laugh, it's gonna fall out the sky. I feel like the universe be providing for me, so I feel like I'm straight. Like if I lose it all today, I'll still be straight.
What the are you talking about? What do you mean money is just gonna fall out of the sky? So you're gonna retire from your job at 25 with no savings? Because she doesn't have any savings. Let me translate what she just said. I'm a stripper. I'm used to getting fast money. I might retire at the age 25. My goal is to find me a man to take care of me. But if I can't and I have to put the boots back on and get back in that club, that's what I would do. So I'll be straight. That's what I heard. My whole point is I'm happy none of these men picked her, because this would have been the worst decision any of those men ever made. That girl wasn't gonna do anything but drain your energy, your mental, your pockets. She was just gonna drain you all the way around. So I'm happy to see these guys made a smart decision.
So 2024 is coming to an end. Here's a few things that I wish we would just leave behind, but I know some of these women just can't.
Been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty, nasty, nasty. Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my freak?
Bald is not really my thing. I think
I can't even control it.
Maybe if we were 40s and like you were bald, then it would be like different, but we're like really young. Initial attraction. So was there anything specific? His face.
Why would a man ever be monogamous to you when you go out and you sell your body to other men?
I don't sell my body to other men. I sell my time. If I go to the club and guys pay me for my entertainment,
They're not there because you're amazing to talk to,
Actually,
or you're educational.
For me, I can't talk about no other strippers, but for me, I'm not gonna lie, I have a personality on me.
And at the end of the day,
at the club, they love it.
I done told somebody to come pick me up before, but I looked out the window and it wasn't there. So I let them sit outside my house, and I'm like, I'm not coming out. I'm not here. You know, my bad.
What?
I mean, it's not.
So how long was it the car? What made you just change your mind?
It was the car, what I seen through that window that wasn't adding up, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm not coming out the door.
So the car wasn't right?
It wasn't.
May I ask, what type of car we talking about?
A Camry. La, 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 whatever. La, 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 it doesn't matter. La, 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 oh well. La, la, la.
You better be joking.
I'm just not gonna have a man's baby just to have a man's baby. If a man wants me to have his baby, I have 2 requirements. You're gonna get a tattoo of my face on your body because it's a body for a body. My body's gonna change forever, your body's gonna change forever. And my push present is either a car or a house, preferably both, but I definitely want a tattoo of my face on the father of my child's body, preferably stomach, because my stomach is gonna look different after a baby. So your stomach should look different too. I want a man 6'4", 6'2" is fine. Or like a retired NBA player. Babe. I just want somebody, like I want his life to be the Bible. Like I just want somebody who's so obsessed with the Bible and so obsessed with Jesus and who understands and like we said, like who can teach us things. Yeah. Like I want my dude to speak in tongues and have tattoos.
For 2025, can we please bring back some morals and values? Thank you.
Let me tell you why the bad boy wins in the end every single time. I know, you wanted the good guy to win, but life is not a Disney movie. Sorry to break it to you. The bad boy, right? He ends up happily married. Yes, he does. While the nice guy is still sitting at home, confused about women. And the reason is honestly simple, guys. The bad boy, he's not naive. He knows the game. He knows how women use, manipulate, and switch personalities the moment that they want something. So nothing surprises him anymore. When a man has options, he stops romanticizing women. He doesn't chase. He doesn't believe every sweet thing that comes out of their mouths. And he sure as hell knows how to spot genuine interest and connection from the get-go. So when he finally chooses a woman, it is extremely intentional and it is not desperate at all. But let's flip it. Let's look at the nice guy. One woman smiles at him. He is ready to get married. One text, he's attached and he thinks he's in love. But he's not in love. It's relief. Relief that somebody finally looked his way. Relief that somebody finally validated his existence. And when you build a relationship on relief instead of intention, yeah, that falls apart every single time. Experienced men understand something that the inexperienced ones haven't figured out yet. Some women are for a while, and some women are for life. And if you're confusing the two, we got a problem. The inexperienced guys marries looks, chemistry, fantasy. He loves a woman who gives him those butterflies, right? Yeah, those butterflies, buddy, that's anxiety. Those aren't necessarily happy and positive. But the experience, those butterflies, buddy, that's anxiety. Those aren't necessarily happy and positive. But the experienced guy, he looks for peace, respect, and stability. That's it. Because after a certain age, a man doesn't tolerate drama anymore. He wants peace. He's done playing the games. And here's the irony of it all. The guy that was called a jerk is becoming a better husband than the guy that they referred to as the nice guy. Funny how that works, right? Experience creates clarity, and clarity beats innocence every single time. But you're more than welcome to keep believing in fairy tales.
If you validate her that much, unfortunately, she will get bored of your compliments because they're so frequent that they mean nothing.
So what this guy is describing is real, but not for everyone. And if it's happening to you, it's because you're trying to maintain one of these relationships by giving more of this, which never works. Listen to the whole thing.
You are not making my life easier or happier. If it is harder to communicate or make plans with you than it is a girlfriend, for example, if you are making me feel at all stressed or unsure or confused, if you are not making me feel like the most beautiful human to walk the earth, why would I want that?
So she's saying, make my life happier and easier, and he's saying that will make her bored. And that's only true if you are not in this column. In How Attractive, I said that men who have never been above this line outside of the universal not people zone, they tend to think that women are just difficult. Women don't like as much and they want attention, but then they don't like it. But if you have been above this line, which remember, it's relative, you can break through easier for someone with lower standards. If you have been above this line, you know how not true that is. So you can make up for being less attractive by putting in more work. That works, just not the way you want it to. It makes her feel more obligated, not more attached. If this is how she feels about you, you can give her all the attention in the world and you will not move out of this zone. If you're here, if you're somewhere in this zone and you're trying to keep her with this, she might get icked out a little. That's what this old video was about. Some guy said women hate love, and that's not true. They hate love that makes them feel obligated, but they want love that makes them feel adored by someone they adore. Ideally, you want both, because this by itself you get polyamory, and this by itself you get a prisoner. A lot of guys think about it wrong. They go, how can I get the hottest possible girl? And step one is to max out your looks. But after you've done that, you should just be looking for someone who feels this way about you. Life above this line is different. It's the same thing I tell women. Figure out who thinks you're great, and then figure out the ones you like best. And then you don't have to play stupid games like, how often can I compliment my girlfriend before she finds it disgusting? If you are in here, this works every time. Nobody wants to lower their standards, but your choices really are find someone who likes you or constantly be making up for it. People say my charts are too complicated, but that's not true. All they say is find someone who likes you and treat her well, but you guys can't figure out how to do that, so I'm giving you all the details. Some of you should be trying to date 4s. They're not that bad. I would way rather be loved by a 4 than tolerated by a 9. Give it a shot.
Some people are just flat out liabilities. Your discretion's advised.
Karen, Mr. Karen over here.
No, you don't get to make your own decisions. Stop. You don't run. You don't sit there and bicker old people. You hop in, you leave. We're sitting here ghost riding the whip in the neighborhood. Stop acting like we're not in the wrong. And then you're antagonizing him. If he goes and slaps you, I have to go grab him. You don't get to do that. If he gets in your face, now I have to fight him. So you don't get to act all big and bad when you're with your man. It's not funny. Now he's gonna call the cops, and now there's problems. Now I have to deal with it. And I got this ego that you think it's okay. We are doing something wrong. We're totally in the wrong. We're in front of his house.
I get it. Just please stop.
I need you to say next time that happens, I will listen to you,
I
Judah.
understand. Yes. I don't need to be yelled at.
Yes, you do.
No.
You wouldn't get in the car. I had to scream at
Is
you.
it acceptable for me to yell at you?
Yes, if I'm not listening to you and you're arguing with a grown man,
Hey,
yes.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call a liability. The boyfriend knew what they were doing was wrong. Obviously, they wanted to make their little content. Sometimes people go a little too far to create their content. But when it came down to it, he knew he had no dog in the fight. However, the woman he was with had a completely different agenda. There is nothing worse than giving specific instructions to somebody and they refuse to listen because they truly believe they think they know better than you in that moment. The boyfriend knew that the best decision to make at that point in time was to get in the car and drive away. No harm, no foul. And it's ironic that the girlfriend called that older man a Karen at the beginning of the video. Come to find out she was a Karen the whole time. Your boyfriend is clearly telling you get in the car and you're talking about, no, I want to go talk to him. About what? You're on this man's street committing a crime. You're ghost riding a whip and he's trying to tell you, bro, there's children that live on the street and you think you're in the right? The delusion of some of y'all. And then to finally get inside a car and catch an attitude with your boyfriend like he was the problem. Man, some of y'all are really something else. Fellas, take heed. If you are ever with a woman and she can't follow simple instructions, leave her right where she stands. She's going to be more of a burden than an asset to your life. Trust me when I tell you. Y'all get a change.
So you supposed to be the one that approached the female and then you gotta pay for her food.
Guys, we're in 2025 now. Leave those women alone. If she's constantly bringing up anything in regards to money and you guys literally just started talking, you just met, you just had your first few interactions, nah, nope, shut it down. A real woman is interested in you. She's not interested in your wallet. And let's be honest, real honest women, real good women, as long as you just have a job, you know, you're bringing some type of money in, that's it. That's really what matters. And as long as, aside from that, most importantly, you have a good character about yourself, you have some morals, you have some standards, some beliefs that she can resonate with, that's really what matters. It's the women that keep talking about, Cheesecake Factory isn't good enough for me. You better not be thinking about bringing me to Starbucks for no coffee. I'm more than coffee. Those are the red flags right there. And don't even get me started on those chicks that are talking about, he needs to pay for my daycare for my kids if he's expecting for me to go on some dates during the week when I got nobody to watch these kids. Oh, really? Where's their daddies? Where's the community? I thought all of y'all said it takes a village to raise a kid. But according to those standards, it takes some random dude that's trying to get to know you and go on a date with you to raise a kid because you need him to pay for your daycare? Don't you get child support? Like, what are we talking about here? Don't you get Title 20? Oh, he needs to pay me to get my hair done so I can look right for the date. Ma'am, are y'all married? Are you married? No, you're not married. See, I could sit here and ask for my husband, hey, I'm gonna go get my hair done. Is that okay? He'll give me the money, whatever, right? He just treated me for like a few months worth of massages. I didn't even have to ask. That's how the married life works when you have a great cohesive relationship. But let me say this. These women aren't married, obviously. They're looking for this high standard that, honestly, to me, is wife treatment. Stop giving these women wife treatment when they don't even deserve to be around your arm as your girlfriend. The way these rude women are walking around here with such high demands, ma'am, take 3 steps back and look in the mirror. You do not deserve for some random guy to say, hey, let's go to Morton Steakhouse so we can get to know each other. But then, hey, It's okay if you're on Bumble, you're on Tinder, and you're on all these different apps trying to get to know other guys because I'm just a simp that's going to pay for it. No. 2025, guys, please leave these trash women alone.
Feminism convinced women that family is a cage and working for a corporate job is empowerment. Tell me this, why do so many women hit 30, are alone, exhausted, and wondering why they feel so empty? It's because you can't outsmart God's design. No promotion will ever replace a husband that loves you, and you can't outsmart God's design. No promotion will ever replace a husband that loves you and children who adore you. So no, I'm not anti-woman, I'm pro-woman, and pro-woman enough to tell you the truth. Real freedom isn't in a cubicle or a nurse's station, it's in building a legacy. So go forth and multiply.
She's right. Oh man. And she's young, right? So it gives you hope to see she's young and she gets it, right? Oftentimes people don't really get it until they're, myself included. Like I went through the system. It's not easy. She gets it. And it's really interesting how women will say, if you say to a woman, like, I want a wife that's submissive, deep offense, right? From a lot of like modern women, deeply, like, what do you mean? What does that mean? You want me to just sit around and do what you tell me to do? And then it's like next day at work, and you're like getting coffee for the boss and you're doing everything he says. He's got a long list of things. You're sitting under the blue lights and you're just, you know, kind of a slave. So it's like amazing to me that if your husband would want you to like want to be head of household and just want you to, it's just strange that then you would go embrace that very submissive nature with like a strange guy who doesn't give a lick about you, who's oftentimes, you know, a jerk, right? Your boss is not always nice, and who's got a list of chores that are unpleasant, right? It's not like, oh, I want you to be submissive, but I love you, and you're the most amazing wife ever, and I love our children, and that really means that I'm the head of household, and you know. But you're right. You got to really wonder what women think they're getting when they opt for freedom that's not really freedom. So interesting that she brings that up. And she's right that, you know, what is happening to women when they hit 30? I remember hitting, again, I was not ambitious by nature. I should have followed my gut. I was in New York City and I had this in my head, like I'm supposed to have this career and I'm supposed to be able to pay my bills and I'm all the supposed to's that you come into this world with in those places. And I remember being like 34 and feeling burnt out. I had been to like school and then graduate school and then worked, and like I was always like working and making money and trying to, and I was like, I am 34 years old and I'm wrecked. I am so tired and so done. I was burnt out. Like my cortisol was literally burnt out. My hormone, like everything felt so, ugh. And it was at that point that I realized, you know, I don't want all of this. And I really like just said, okay, I'm done. Like I'm done trying to climb. And things did come in my lap. And I remember like when the view came in my lap being like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like I was really like, I don't know. But I had a chill enough attitude about it that at that point I said, if it's meant to be, it'll be. And if it's not, and if it causes me stress, I'm going, I'm done. And it was sad because my 20s, I could have just had a different decade, right? And that's why I'm saying this to women, not because I made no mistakes and not because I'm perfect, but because I did stuff that I'd be like, don't do that. Like why are you like tanking your battery for some boss? Why are you really fulfilled at the end of the day? I don't know a single woman. I'm not kidding. I don't know a single woman who opted out of family and opted out of children and has a career and is fulfilled. They're all a mess. They're like, it's almost like they're like a frayed wire that's like, you know, where the spark is coming out and they're just like, they all have that energy of just like dissatisfaction and not fulfilled and stressed and burnout. It's like active burnout. So what she's saying to women is really important because she's saying feminism, you did women dirty. And it's important for a young woman to be able to express that because it ricochets out to other young women.
Another thing that you see is a lot of these women out here will date a man for his potential, right? A lot of these modern women are going to start dating Chad and Tyrone, or a man that's, he might have, oh, he's got money, so he must be this, he must be that. So he's got the potential to do this, or he's got the potential to do that, right? And then they'll start to catch an attitude when the actual person shows up. So the actual dude that was, I won't even say love bombing you. I won't even say love bombing you. A lot of times these guys are showing you exactly who they are. So when that person actually, I shouldn't even say when he actually shows up, because he's been showing up. When you decide to take off the rose-colored glasses, because, you know, you've been sipping mimosas and you've been going to brunch and you've been enjoying yourself this whole entire time. When you decide to say, oh shoot, this guy is actually a jerk. Hey, I don't like the way he embarrassed me in front of my friends. He's been talking to you like that this whole entire time. But it's just because you was at the house that you didn't care, or it's because you was able to go to Starbucks every day that you didn't care, or you was able to go on shopping sprees every other day that you didn't care. But this man's been talking to you like this. He been treating you like this. And guess who's been telling you that? Your homeboy. He been telling you. The guy that you put in the friend zone, he been telling you, hey, this man don't disrespect. He don't respect you, man. He don't really like you like that. I mean, you look cute and you got a nice body. I'm telling you, he don't like you like that. I can tell you right now, I'll give you 3 months. You gonna get tired of that. Oh no, he's a grill man. This and that. Brothers be trying to tell them. Cousins be trying. Uncle, hey baby girl, I'm telling you right now. Listen to Unc. You're not gonna like him. Hey, he gonna do you wrong. Hey, why don't you? What's old boy's name? Your friend, the guy that be coming over all the time. What's his name? Oh, Roderick. Yeah, Roderick. He seemed like a nice, upstanding guy. I see him around the time. Oh, he come talk to me sometime. Oh no, we just friends. Okay. You gotta learn the